So, hello everyone. Is my voice coming all right? So, hello guys. A long time, a long time without seeing you. Now, first I wanted to explain what has happened with the channel since uh, I have deleted all my videos. The reason for that is that YouTube terminated my monetization for videos like 2 months ago. They said for copyright issues, which I don't understand because they never, I didn't had claims or copyrights strikes. So I had to create a new YouTube account, hoping that I would not have problem with that. Ma non sono italiano, sono albanese. Joseph. Uh, I hope that YouTube would fix the issue because it just sucks, you know. Is My content was completely I completely changed material, so it isn't copyright. So is it a copyright infringement? But what can I do? You know, after reaching 18,000 subscribers, I was finally happy for that. YouTube comes and says no. So sorry for posting on the community channel my old videos, but I want to grow this new channel, hoping that because I have to get 1000 subscribers in order to start monetize videos again. It sucks because there were so many great videos. I had planned so many great videos. You know, it was the video for the GT40, 4911, Mustang, Corvette, 928, the story of Bugatti. So many great videos, which would be long videos, full length videos, and not just short videos. You know, but I would work on this new channel, hoping that this would go better. It because the thing that frustrates me the most about this is because there are so many YouTube channels that are similar to me. Not car channels, but they do similar content on different topics, which they don't provide their own material. Do I want to make videos like this? Of course not. I want to make like pure documentaries with my own, to film cars myself and to edit everything, but I don't where I going to find cars that I want to make videos. Oh, it doesn't matter, Vincent. It's just like I need to reach that 1000 subscribers goal first so I could start monetize videos. It because it's hard sometimes, you know. I have to buy books and to then sometimes videos take lots of time to make because there's so much material. So the monetizing part is very important. But I don't know what to do. Hopefully this channel would go better. Hopefully. Uh, if you have any other question about this or different topics that you are interested to see a video on, let me know. Now, this live stream I had planned to do. It was in plan to. I had in plans to make this video before this live stream before, but the exam season had was going on, so I didn't have much time to make this live stream. Now I'm free, so uh, I'm going to make this, and I'm planning to make some other live streams. This is most. I'm going to focus on the this year's Geneva Motor Show, which in my opinion was amazing, especially compared to last year's, because in 2018 there weren't that many new cars. Were just concepts which at this time have become quite boring, especially with electric concepts, with all these car makers coming and saying ridiculous numbers. On this video I'm going to focus more on the uh, let's say forgotten cars of the show, because there were so many cars that the big YouTubers didn't cover, which I was very interested to learn more about them, but I couldn't find many videos about them. Were just online articles. Uh, AC, I didn't private them. I deleted them because one of the things that YouTube said was that I had to delete or edit some of my videos in order to get monetized back. So let's start with some of the this year's cars. Now this isn't that much of a new car, let's say. It's just a coach build cars, which recently we have seen these cars more and more, and I am quite happy about this, because coach building is because I like coach building in general. This is the Fornarsi 311 GT, which is based on the C7 Corvette. Now I don't think that this is the most extreme. It isn't that beautiful in my opinion. I like you are going to see on this video. There are these cars, these retro style cars, were very popular this year, and I hate them. I just hate these retro style cars. Leave that style to the past. Of course, was beautiful back then, but with these new regulations, front bumpers, A pillars, C pillars, the cars would never look as good as they used to look back then. The car has just received a new body. It is a carbon fiber, I think. So this isn't that amazing. The car that I was looking forward to most this year was the Hispano Suiza Carmen. Now I'm a big fan of Hispano Suiza. For me, is up there with names like Bugatti, Alfa Romeo, all these great names from the 30s, 40s. That has brought to us some true amazing cars. Hispano Suiza this year had a bit of a controversy, because were two Hispano Suizas, at least were planned to show two Hispano Suizas, one from Spain and one from Switzerland, and both had taken completely different approaches. The Swiss, and this is the Spanish version, which from what I have read, was like a great son of the original of one of the original founders, and they were planning that this is an electric car. And when I read about this, I was quite happy, because it wasn't just a rebadged like the other one was a completely new car built from the ground up. But the design, in my opinion, is bad. When I see this, I want to and in my opinion, would fail. This car would fail, because, like I said, the design is awful. Maybe the rear part is a bit okay, I would say. It looks quite similar with McLaren Speedtail from with that teardrop shape, but but this retro style is just too overdone. Uh, when I see these cars, I always think of for when I see these names, these legendary names coming back, I always think about the Bugatti EB 110. What Romano Artioli wanted to do was to make a car that would look what a modern Bugatti would look like, and not just how Atlantic would look in the future. Bugatti, of course, did a great job with their car. Was Yes, the Xeria Dubanet is great in my opinion. I love that car. Is in my opinion is one of the most beautiful Art Deco cars of all time. Is just amazing the design of that car. This is trying to replicate that, but it does a terrible job. It's just so interior is quite okay, you know. So all the screens that are everywhere nowadays, and nothing that special. One thing that I want to say about this is that they have built like a true car, let's say, uh, not like a kit car, like many of these car makers, especially at Geneva, do. The build quality actually looks nice. So and the wheels were okay, but like I was saying, the Bugatti succeeded took because Romano Artioli and Volkswagen later created basically created how created the evolution of Bugatti, not like a replica, not like a copycat Bugatti, let's say. Uh, I hope they do better. The Hispano Suiza have so many people have tried uh, to bring back this car, this name. Was I think in 2000 I think was when they again tried to revive the name. Let's see. Oh yeah. So it isn't the first time that we see like the Hispano Suiza being reborn. This is the HS21 from 2002, and this is a much better car in my opinion. Isn't that great? But it looks better. It looks better than the Carmen. But it never made it. The idea was to enter this car at Le Mans, so this way they would create uh, so they would bring the true legendary name of Hispano Suiza, but never made it. Was also another concept. I don't. Let me see if I find it. That was to bring. Yeah. Also was this. And this came around the same time. Like this grill looks just like they stuck it there, you know. Many people criticize Romano Artioli for the horseshoe grill of Bugatti on the EB110, which was like a afterthought. In my opinion, looked great. Looked yeah, wasn't the main part of the car, uh, but it looked okay. It looked beautiful, but isn't the grill not isn't that important, at least on Hispano Suiza. The other thing, the other Hispano was the again with a HS1 name. This is just a coach built R8. This is awful. This is completely like I don't know, it's so overdone, it's so extreme. Plus, like you can't call a car Hispano Suiza if it is just a R8 with different body panels. So a big no for this, in my opinion. Plus, the design is just I at least I don't get it. And coming back to the coach builders, Molia Costruzione Artigianale is another name that is making head news. Let's say they have introduced some interesting cars in the recent years. The last one that they or the car that made them quite famous was their 4C. Uh, I don't know. I didn't like this car that much. Is just doesn't look like a Alfa Romeo. It's a bit too over, and this is a bit too overdone. I'm a fan of simplicity, but I not like extremely simple. Let's say. Uh, but this the 4C looks better in my opinion. Looks like a true Alfa Romeo. But anyway, that this year they presented this car, the Mole Almas. This was just a clay model. It wasn't like a functional running anything. They hope they, from what I have read, they hope to build their car from the ground up. So their engine, they everything, nothing like rebadged or anything like that. And and I like that. And I also like the design of this car. Obviously, there are many parts that are from legendary Italian cars, especially if the C pillar or the door or the part of the door which comes straight from the Alfa Romeo Montreal, which I love that car. In my opinion, is probably will be my favorite car of all time. Uh, the other parts come like from the Alfa Romeo Disco Volante or uh, the original Disco Volante or the original Testarossa, not the 80s, the 250 Testarossa. The thing is, with Mole, which I this the their badge, which takes which is this giant. I'm not remembering the I forgot the name how the building is called, but is this iconic building in Torino. Uh, and it's just but the rear part looks okay, not that bad. They were planning from what I've read to put a V8 on this car, which from this size this car looks quite small. So V8, mm, I don't know. If it is lightweight enough, this car could also go with a smaller engine. It would be a same fun. Well, something like a Lotus or Alfa Romeo 4C. I don't know what you think, you guys, about this, but hopefully, with the car will not stay just a clay model. Hopefully, we are going to see uh, more of this car. And another car which is quite similar with this was the Puritalia Berlinetta. Now, this car isn't completely new. This car was presented, if I'm not mistaken, back in 2013, 2014, something like that. And back then was like a tribute to the Shelby Cobra, to the 427 Shelby Cobra, and was convertible. Now they have completely removed the Shelby part, so the car is just a standalone, isn't paying tribute to any other car, is and I like that because in this way creates its own character. The design, the front part I like it. The rear part looks looks quite weird in my opinion. Uh, these tail lights reminds me a bit the Lancia Thetis tail lights, just uh, on the Thetis they looked better, at least for me. Now this is a hybrid car. It has a V8, and if I'm not mistaken, where it went. For and one electric motor for a total of 950 horsepower, which is a bit overdone. Like this would be a great Grand Tour. I don't get it why they went for this crazy number, which probably would not be usable, at least on streets. The weird thing, the car is built in Napoli, which isn't known for cars, for building cars. Most of the cars have been built always in northern Italy, but this looks a good. It looks like a nice car. Just the price, $630, $630,000, is a bit too high in my opinion for a no-name brand. I'm working on the next video would be about the MCV 4, which was this Canadian car built in the 90s, and in my opinion, like on this case, the name was what killed that car. You have these cars. You have two chances, let's say, to build to build a new car nowadays. To build something like Pagani or Koenigsegg, just something unique and special that no other brand has built before, or just to start low. Hopefully, I really want to see Super Italia succeed because, like I said, I really like this car and looks like a let's say a honest project and not like a scam which is trying to rip the people off. No, isn't based on the Mercedes GT. Is completely built from the ground up, which is the most amazing thing and why I want this car to succeed. Another car which some people covered this car because of the extreme numbers that was promising, especially when it came to charging. Uh, this is the Pish Mark Zero. Uh, this is backed by a Chinese car maker. They were promising 80% charge in 4.4 seconds, which is super extreme. Uh, Hopefully it's true, but Geneva Motor Show, on Geneva you always will find these guys that would promise just the craziest and the most ridiculous numbers. Uh, Numbers that just don't make that sound like they are lying. Hopefully, like I said, this would be real. No matter we like it or not, uh, uh, yeah, I'm going to re-upload this video on the other channel. Hopefully, like I was saying, no matter how, if we the petrol heads like the electric cars or not, the electric cars, the future is electric. So no matter what we do, uh, we just can't change that. Like I was saying, that this car was pure electric, and this was the big thing about this car. It that was promising extremely quick charge. The design, many people criticize this car because of its style, because they said the car doesn't look like an electric car or like the future. I like it. I like it. I think this looks better than some geeky, nerdy, future-looking electric car. You know, it's like similar with Tesla, which didn't go for the Toyota Prius or something like that road, but took more conventional road. Of course, we can see so many cars here. It looks clearly inspired by some of the most legendary names. Especially, we can see a lot of Aston Martin, in my opinion. But hopefully, I would like to that to be a real. And talking about electric cars, my favorite car from the show was the Pininfarina Battista. I just loved it. That it looked so great in my opinion, and I'm so happy for Pininfarina making cars, and I hopefully they would succeed. I'm a big fan of Pininfarina. Probably I would not say my favorite Italian coach builder. There have been many great names, but Pininfarina have managed to create their own style, and they have brought to us some truly beautiful cars. Now, uh, some people might say that it's just like a rebodied Rimac, but the car it isn't. They only share the parts. Pininfarina has completely built their own thing here. And something that I frustrated me a bit was that a lot of people said that this car looks like a Ferrari, and I can see a bit of 458, 488, or F8 Tributo. You know what I'm talking about. But the 458 was designed by Pininfarina, so of course this car is going to look like a Ferrari. All the Ferraris have been designed by Pininfarina in the end. So Ferrari, let's say more like Ferraris looks like this than this looks like a Ferrari. It looks like a true, like especially it looks like a really promising project, because especially since now is backed by the uh, I forgot who bought Pininfarina, but was this Indian group, uh, and looks like Pininfarina is also going to build a sedan and SUV. Hopefully they will look as nice as this. The rear part is just amazing. Is so beautiful. I'm not the biggest fan. A lot of people like bar. I don't like that much. I don't know. It's just a bit overdone in my opinion. Uh, Especially on a full blue, the car looked amazing. Looks just so beautiful. Plus, I like this that finally a Italian car brand is going full electric. Now, I guess that names like Ferrari and Lamborghini are just waiting to build to develop a better technology, since they just can't put any electric car on the market. You know, they have to be the best of the best. So that's what I'm guessing why we haven't seen a electric or a true hybrid Lamborghini or Ferrari. I don't know. What you guys think about the Pininfarina Battista? And from Pininfarina, let's go uh, to the car that was to the name that is one of the most hated names out there. Uh, to the Mansory. Now, it's just Mansory amazes us every year. You know, no matter for if we hate them or like them, they they really steal the show. And I don't know, they have become yeah, Adrian Mahindra. Uh, they uh, they really steal the show, you know, and have become they are so bad that are good now, you know. Especially this Chiron. The Veyron came a bit late, I would say. That full forged carbon fiber Veyron came very late, but to build like a Chiron so quickly is just amazing, you know. Uh, for a Mansory is quite settled, isn't that extreme, I would say. Uh, again they are pushing this forged carbon fiber thing everywhere, as all the cars were dressed in forged carbon fiber. uh, like I said, this isn't that extreme. Is okay. Now the thing with Mansory, a lot of people hate them because they destroy great cars. uh, I probably don't feel that thing that much. Probably because, like in the case of Chiron, I'm not the biggest fan. It's a great car, a great engineering masterpiece, but isn't like a car that I die for. You know. So I probably that's the reason. Why I don't get so mad as most of the people when it comes to Mansory. Something that I liked a lot about this Mansory was the Tiffany blue color, which they had put on in some parts, uh, which looked quite nice, I would say. This reminds me was a SL uh, 7 70 or 73. I'm not remembering, but it was for sale some times ago and had a completely Tiffany blue interior. Was made by Carlson. Let me see if let me see. Hopefully, I find it, because the car had one of the craziest interiors that I have ever seen. I think that this is, but these weren't the pictures that I was talking about. Here it is. Yes, this is. It has a amazing interior. It just the color is so extreme and so popping, in my opinion, especially for SL. Most of these cars uh, had just a black or a red interior, something generic like this. This is a bit more extreme. Yeah, that's actually a bit true. You know, the car really looks like uh, like it is lifted, which uh, which makes it to look a bit weird. But probably that because of the photo shoot, they probably have done something there. Uh, I guess that's the reason why the car looks like that. Now, when people say who buys Chirons, the same people who buy Philip Plain. That's the short answer. If you want to, if someone asks again, like in my, this car is so Western European for uh, Eastern Europeans, uh, and Middle Easterns. It's just this car is built for us. I'm as probably you know I'm from Albania, so this car is built for Albanians. It's just if you want to show the world that you have money, just not just to show the world that you have money. If you want to scream, look at me that I have, look at me, I have money. This is the, right car. It's just oh my god. Oh, it's I don't know what to say. You know, it's so extreme, especially with this Philip Plain logo on the spare wheels. Is just I don't know. I don't know what. Let me guys. What you guys think about this? Because the Chiron looked okay in my opinion. This is just too extreme. Now about now Kilan about the Rimac. Uh, I haven't planned to talk about them here because they didn't show something new. So I haven't. I don't have materials right now. But I want to say this that I love Rimac, and I love it because the story. You know, especially since he's from Croatia, so he's near us, and I see that like coming from a small and quite poor country, said Croatia isn't that different from Albania, I would say. So when I see something like that happening, happening near us, I really love it. I really like that thing. I really love Rimac, and I hopefully they will show something, let's say, more affordable. They are working with all the great names, so yeah, soccer players, of course, you are going to see, especially all the football players from London, Chelsea, Arsenal. Those guys are the main target demographic for Mansory, Haman, which we haven't heard about them recently. You know what are are they around or not? I don't know. Yeah, Mercedes is for us. The story of Mercedes is a bit different. It isn't just we don't love Mercedes only because it is an expensive car and shows that and shows how rich you are, but also because the first Mercedes that came here came in the early 90s, and roads back then were just the worst. Where the roads basically didn't exist at. So Mercedes proved to be the most reliable and uh, the strongest car. So that's the main reason why we love Mercedes, and of course because shows how rich you are. Another car that it was the Gumpert, which is the same Gumpert like the Apollo. Uh, it's just this small hydrogen car, which looks quite interesting, especially because they are not going for the crazy extreme multi-million dollar cars. So it looks quite interesting, but the most of the cars that show that appear at Geneva, we never heard about them again. So I don't know. Yeah, Rimac will always be remembered because of Richard Hammond. No, it's a great car. I always say that the story behind the brand is as much important uh, as the quality that the car brings. So I love the story of Rimac, like I said, because especially since it is from Croatia. So a really great job for our Rimac has done a great job. So Touring also presented the Spider version of their I'm not or of their Gran Turismo based car. I'm not remembering the name. Wasn't the same name as here. Uh, I don't like the front of this car. It just looks a bit too weird. And the rear, yeah, they have fixed the rear because also on the uh, coupe version, the rear didn't look that good, but the here looks great. The thing is that this car is based on the Maserati Gran Turismo, and the Gran Turismo is just, in my opinion, looks better. Even so many years, the Gran Turismo still looks great, even after 10, 11 years. How long the Gran Turismo has been in production? It looks amazing. It looks okay. Especially, but we expect more from the Touring because they brought to us the Alfa Romeo Disco Volante. So probably that's the reason why uh, I'm not I'm not so crazy about this car. Yeah, yeah. Not only no. We also buy new Mercs. It's just we, especially all like my generation, let's say, that were raised in the 90s and the 2000s, with Mercedes everywhere, with Mercedes around us. Uh, we still love Mercedes. It's just something that I don't know. Is I Yeah, I can say this that the reliability of modern Mercedes sucks, but again, I want a Mercedes. Is just something that we no matter how much we try to say no, we again love them. Uh, Also, Alfa Romeo presented the Tonale. Now, I really like the design of this car. I'm not a big fan of the Stelvio, at least when it comes to the design. In my opinion, looks generic like every other SUV out there. Nothing crazy, nothing special. But the Tonale looks different. Looks like a Alfa Romeo SUV. Uh, Especially, I like that they are going back to the exposed headlights and taillights like on the Brera, on the SZ 159, all those beautiful Alfa Romeos. So I really like that. How much of this we are going to see on the final car, I don't know. This is the thing, it's just uh, it is just a concept, so we we don't have to go like crazy about this, because like we have seen many times before, the production car doesn't look nothing like this. So but and I also like that they have removed the rear door handles, that have put them on the window like the old Alphas. So that's it's like a nice throwback. Uh, I'm a bit sad that this car is going to be based on the Renegade or the 500X platform, because it's just like the most conventional SUV platform from the FCA. So hopefully it would be something better. Also, another great car from the show. I totally forgot about this. Uh, the Vanquish Vision concept. Uh, the mid-engine market is so crowded right now. There are so many names that you can choose from, and but it's good to see Aston Martin joining in, especially with this car. Uh, it is a V6 hybrid, so it is just a V6. Some people might have something to say against that, like we uh, but we always have to remember that the XJ220, one of the greatest supercars of all time, was also V6. So I don't see any problems there. If the car is lightweight enough, you can have a amazing V6. The design, of course, is amazing. You can't say nothing against it. It is it's a great car. Now a lot of people say that it looks better than the F8 Tributo, but from at the time that this car would be would be on the market, Ferrari would have also presented their V6. So the F8 Tributo is like the old gen car now. And another great car is the Fiat 120. Uh, this supposedly is like the modern Fiat Panda, or the Fiat Panda of the future. I'm a big fan of the Fiat Panda, especially the original one, because the second generation one is just a normal car. The old one was great. I would love to have one. I don't know if Alfa needs a spider. The convertible cars are dying. Let's be honest. At least for the moment. Uh, Looks like the SUVs, crossovers, cars like that are all the rage now, but would be just. But in my opinion, is just this is just a phase. In the 70s we had the station wagons, in the 80s we had the hatchbacks, in the 90s the spiders and convertibles, which with Miata, SLK, Z3, Alfa Romeo Spider, uh, Fiat Fiat Spider, sorry. Uh, so I look it at just a phase. People would go back to, I don't know, station wagon maybe. This the now they present now this car had like two main points. First was that would come only in one colors and with panels and wraps. You could change the color and the look of the car anytime you want. But the main thing, in my opinion, is that you could uh, put bigger batteries on this car, and that's like the main selling point of this car, and what puts this car aside from the others, and in this way becomes a true modern Fiat Panda. Let's go back and see. Original Fiat Panda made the four-wheel drive, the 4x4 system more affordable to the people. So the 120 this way is making the electric cars more affordable to the people for the people. Yeah, of course, the new 4GT has a V6. Because a lot of people are like V10s, V6s, V10s, V8s, V12s, V16s, crazy power. I'm more like with a smaller engine, a lightweight car. I don't think that we have to go like with that, especially 2000 horsepower number. You can have great fun with a lightweight car and with a small engine. Like Gordon Murray, which is planning to build a new car, and he also said that saying that that a 1500 kilo car is lightweight is a joke, and really is a joke. Uh, to say that a 1500 kilo car is lightweight because it's too heavy. Yeah, of course, the DBS. Because I prefer mostly front engine cars. I love Grand Tours. I love a car that you can use easily daily. You could have power, but at the same time drive it in. You can drive it every day. I'm not a big fan of the cars that you drive it only on the weekend. The weekends, in my opinion, are for motorcycles. So uh, Grand Tours front engine, in my opinion, always the best cars. Like I said before, the Alfa Romeo Montreal, which I love that car is amazing. Is just beautiful, enough power, is great. What car I also wanted to talk? Where it went? I really would have loved to have been on the to this year Geneva, because there were so many great cars that I wanted to see in person. Like I said, most of the YouTubers didn't cover these cars, and uh, like uh, like Thomas said, I really love the color of this tech art. Now I think was at Top Gear, which they said that the production cars are becoming more crazier than the tuned cars nowadays, and that's true. Like this, it isn't a really extreme car in my opinion. Uh, Tech art always have been more about power and performance than looks, so we should not be really amazed by it. Also, talking about since I was talking before about the mid-engine cars, the new Corvette, I really can't wait to see that car. In my opinion, that car, if it is priced right, can be a great car, especially since we don't have like a true affordable mid-engine supercar. The NSX was supposed to do that, but they did not do it. They went and with a quite a high price, especially a price that can be compared with the Euro exotics. So if the mid-engine Corvette is priced right, would be a great car. Would be a great car. We don't have much else information about it. This car was delayed again, so hopefully the rumors say that we are going to see this car this summer. Uh, so yeah, I think that the that would be a great car. And talking about affordable cars, or let's say affordable supercars, a lot of people were didn't like the fact that the new Supra shared many of its parts with the BMW Z4. Now, I don't have nothing against it, and the main reason because why I don't see it as a big problem is that this way by collaborating with this way Toyota collaborating with BMW, they have managed to build a car that isn't crazy priced. Of course, the car is still not cheap, but it isn't over $100,000 car. They also have gone with the same plan by making by not making it crazy powered. Now the thing that we have to wait and see is how tunable this car would be. Let's remember that the original Supra is loved by everyone because the car could you could produce 500 horsepower, 700 horsepower with that car just with hitting it with a hammer. So that would be like the main thing in my opinion, if this car is going to be great or not. Would this car be tunable? Oh, now about the design, I don't like this design. I think it looks weird and sometimes it looks like doesn't make sense. So I agree with many people that criticize the car for the design. But about the BMW part, like I said, by collaborating with BMW, Toyota has managed to lower the price of the car. So that's great in my opinion. Now, what other cars were presented this year? Like I said, I'm not going to talk about the Koenigsegg's, about the Koenigsegg Jesko, about the Bugatti or the F8 Pista because everyone talked about them. Great cars. What else can you say about them? Is they are just perfect. Oh, the 508. Now Peugeot has been doing great lately. It's amazing to see what turn they have made from their boring cars, and especially when it comes to the design, they are killing it. The 508 looks so damn good. It's just perfect. It looks completely different from all the other cars. Uh, it's just plus they have created their own identity. It's just so um, it's such a beautiful car. Now this is the sport version, which has 400 horsepower, which is quite a lot about this car. And if they price again, going back to the price, if they price this car right, this car would be again an amazing car. Hopefully they would hopefully we are going hopefully it would be priced right always. Hopefully it doesn't go like the Kia Stinger. Risi, I have deleted all my videos. I have created a new channel because YouTube terminated my channel, so I couldn't monetize my videos there. You can find the new channel on the community tab. I have posted all the real plotted videos there. Now another car was the GFG style Kanguro. This is an electric crossover sporty SUV, kind of similar with the Mega Truck, with the legendary Mega Truck. It's designed by Giugerto Giugiaro and Fabrizio Giugiaro, if I'm not mistaken. The car. Yeah, that's also another good point. Yeah, but I don't know. The 6 Series is a bit. The 6 Series, if I'm not wrong, is the same platform as the 5 Series, so that will not be that bad. Now that now the Kanguro isn't like a crazy new car. The Giugiaro has also has presented a similar car with like this. I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago. Let me see where it went. Yeah, that's Thomas. You are totally right there. I really hate when car makers more are trying to sell you the name and not the car. When they bring this name from the grave, let's say. If the biggest problem, especially with the NSX, is the name. The NSX name is such a legendary name, and then you can't put that name on any car. Should be a car. The car should be as great, if and even better than the original one. Is the new NSX as great as the original one? No, of course not. So that's the problem. Is because you are ruining the name. And again, with Supra is something similar that I think that is happening. Toyota is like trying to sell the name, the great Supra name. They know that people are going to give money for that name, so they looks a bit like they don't care. Yeah, French. Yeah, both Peugeot and Citroën. And from what I was reading before that PSA, the Peugeot and Citroën group, was looking for a partner, and one of the suggestions was the FCA, the Fiat Chrysler group, which would make a great partnership, I would say, especially since FCA is doing that great. So, in my opinion, they need the help of the Peugeot. Now, this was the car that I was talking about, Ital Design Parkour. It has a V10 Lamborghini engine, and is a similar story with the GFG style Kanguro, which is this, like I said, this mega truck style car. But nothing can't can't beat the mega truck. Mega truck is something, I don't know, is something like, out of this world. This thing is just so ridiculous, especially with the M120 engine. Oh my god, I love this thing. Also was the Honda E prototype. Uh, this is more about it is a cute looking car. That's like the main thing. Also might be a fun car since it is a rear wheel drive car. So Peugeot can really make something with with this. Honda, sorry, I said Peugeot. Uh, Now these screens, I like. I really hate the car makers that are going with this giant screen. I don't know if you have seen the uh, like the new Mercedes S Class, which is going with this Tesla style screen, giant screen. Personally, I don't like it. Is just uh, too disturbing, I would say. The new system that Mercedes has looks much better. So again, also here, at least me, I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you think about this. The screens everywhere uh, on cars. Uh, rear cameras for instead of the rear view mirrors. We have seen this in so many concepts. We still have to see a production car with that sort of setup. So we just have to wait and see about that. Also, we had the usual crazy things like we see every year here, like this quad, I think, or you can call it, uh, with a V10 engine, with a 5.2 liter V10 engine, is just so extreme. I like, who buy something like this? Who buys something like this? It's so ridiculous, extreme. It's just I don't get it. So basically, these were like the most interesting cars uh, that uh, that were presented at this year's Geneva. Also, the that I forgot the Eden, how you call this? I don't know. Uh, about that, Arthur, the black wheels, I think like they are going away, and finally, I never liked them. Looks like the silver wheels, the normal wheels are coming back, and finally, the black wheels. The black wheels looked just always awful in my opinion. I never liked them. Now the Eden, I remember I wanted to talk about them on the Crazy Tuner series uh, on the Corvette episode, but I didn't include them. I'm going to include them on another part, on the second part of the video. And the Corvette looks okay. I don't like it, but it doesn't look awful like this new one looks, which is based uh, on the Ghost, on the Rolls Royce. Uh, is just why you, because it just doesn't make sense, you know. Yeah, that's like a Golf 1, right? Yeah, it has a bit that Golf 1 vibe. About the giant screens that will fail, yeah. Yeah, they probably are going to fail. That's why you just can't replace the buttons, you know. And of course, Brabus, like always, you 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 just have to love them. Brabus is just so is such a unique tuner. Yeah, that's my problem with that new Mercedes design, because the design that they have now looks really clean and nice. You like the screen don't look like they were just put there like a afterthought. I like like how they fit on on the dashboard. This is great. Why you go and put like a giant screen over here? You are ruining everything. But like I was saying, Brabus, great, amazing. This thing is so ridiculous, you know. It's like the perfect autobahn destroyer. Is Or the 850, the 4x4 square. Now, where it went? They have removed the post about this. Mercedes never built V12 version of the 4x4 square, but Brabus always builds something crazy. So this is just, I don't know. Now the talk of the show was the Bugatti, which I will not try to pronounce the name, because I don't speak French, so I completely going to ruin that. But now my main, let's say, problem with this car is that it's a one-off. It's a car built, is tailor-made, let's say. So so it's like a prototype, you know, and so you can go as crazy as best you want with a car like this, but looks beautiful, amazing tribute to the Atlantic. They have managed to represent it in a great way, and I would say like this how a modern Bugatti should look like, in my opinion. Not like the Veyron, not like the Chiron, not like the Divo. This is how a modern Bugatti should look like. It's like we can see all the Bugatti trademarks everywhere. So that's like the sad part, in my opinion, that they are actually building cars that, in my opinion, don't represent Bugatti that well. At least when it comes to the design. Like I said before on the Chiron, great engineering masterpiece. I applaud them for that, but design-wise, I don't know. Also, something that I wanted to Pagani also, as always, part of the Geneva. Uh, they didn't showed. They didn't came with a new car this year. They just presented the original Zonda, which was the crash test car and was fully rebuilt. Yeah, around that time, like in the mid 2000, the black wheels. I don't know, like I don't like them. Uh, you can go for completely white wheels uh, like something like this, which looks amazing, gorgeous. Black wheels. It's just because they hide the lines of, let's say, the lines of the wheels. So that's the biggest problem with the black wheels. Roof or Singer, I don't know. I like Roof better. It is more a clean tuning. That's the biggest reason why I prefer a Roof better. I would say compared to Singer. Singer is a bit too extreme. I like it because they are like Pagani, which they take everything and make it very like they basically make a masterpiece like art, not just tuning. So that's why like Singer. But Roof for me is just is when you see that Nürburgring video. Bravos plus my back end of transmission. That's good. The Pagani. Now, Pagani presented because it's their 20th anniversary, so they presented this, which is the original Zonda, the crash test Zonda, and it's amazing. Like this car, after 20 years, they are still the car still looks just beautiful. The wheels, especially the wheels, like these were 70-inch wheels, I think, and look at them. Like why we went to these giant ridiculous wheels? Now the thing, Pagani next year might present their new car. Now I really want to know what they are going to make. Since Mercedes is killing the V12 engine, the V12, what number it is? I don't. Wait a minute. Yeah, Brabus S Class is just like the car. It is. Brabus is built just for the autobahn, the M 275. Looks like Mercedes is going to kill this engine. So I really want to know what Pagani is going to do now, since this engine is going to be killed. The Zonda uses the M120, the legendary M120. So we have to wait and see. Now Horacio Pagani said that he is not going to build a hybrid car. He is going to build combustion engine cars, or is going to build a full electric car. So no hybrid. The only thing, next year, probably at Geneva, Pagani is going to present his new car, and hopefully would be as amazing as the Zonda or as the Hyra. Now about that $80 million part. The car costed around $12 million, which still is a lot of money. It's not. It's a lot of money. Oh yeah, I would say that that black color hides a bit the lines, but the black, but it is like the name is the black car. So what can you do? Maybe like with a dark green or especially with a dark green, the car would have looked amazing. Uh, what that like with a color similar a bit to this, I would say the verde scuro of the EB110, which I love this color. Now, like I was saying about that $18 million part, the car apparently costed 12 million, so 6 million is were just paid in taxes in Texas. So it is a $12 million car. Bugatti, uh, that's how much Bugatti was paid. Now, so because of that, I would say it just isn't let's say the most expensive car of all time. We have seen the Pagani Zonda uh, S- Spider or Raz was named. The Spider, if I'm not mistaken. Where? The Barchetta, the Pagani Zonda Barchetta. This was also like a 10 million, $12 million car. So it is uh, isn't like a crazy I would say the price tag of the Bugatti isn't like that crazy. The 18 million is because of the taxes. Yeah, B is B plus B is just they are great, but they are a bit more like Gambala, especially if you want something 80s, go with B or Gambala. Uh, but Roof is like the perfect killing machine. Is if you want to, even though 9 FF has built crazier cars than them. And also, since we talked about Bugatti, let's talk also uh, about the Koenigsegg. Koenigsegg is just like uh, always would be always would amaze us. Uh, I am from Albania. It's just Christian is just, oh my god, it's like how you can improve a Koenigsegg is amazing. This is a true beast, and this I quite like it that he finally has built like a more track focused car rather than the practical usual Swedish Nordic mindset cars that he had built before. It's amazing to see like that he is building basically everything on on his own factory. You know, he isn't taking anything from other brands. It's just a pure everything is made by them. Is astonishing, you know. Yeah, the is just here these regulations, and talking about the regulations is the same thing. Why why Ferrari is going with a V6 is they are and why they presented a F8 Tributo so they could make some small changes with the engine. Uh, these regulations are destroying everything. You know, uh, it's just so hard to leave the V8s, the V10s, the V12s. Is there there also always should be like a alternative to what we petrol heads want. The F8 Tributo, amazing looking car. As always, Ferrari like Ferrari never goes wrong with just some simple lines they can make with some simple lines they can make some true beautiful cars. Now apparently Ferrari was going to introduce like 6 cars this year or something like that. So hopefully hope I hope I hope they present a Purosangue this year. I know many people have said different things against Purosangue. Uh, but I'm really looking forward to this car. Uh, yeah, this video was posted some days ago, and the reason for that is that this might be like true, like a Ferrari built from the ground up, so they will not use any other platform. From this video, looks like it is like a raised up GTC for Lusso, but it's a test mule. Ferrari test mules always look like this, like the another car, like an old gen car. Let me find some great pictures. If you see the F50 test mule, is basically a F40. So Ferrari always has done that thing. It looks like even the rear, like they took the engine cover of the F40 and just went with it. We should not forget the Enzo. Like Ferrari has always done this, so the car would basically look something completely different uh, from the GTC for Lusso that looks that that the GTC for Lusso test mule, or the LaFerrari look like the Enzo. So we so I don't know. I really want to see what Ferrari is going to bring with the Pura Sangue. Uh, it looks like a very interesting car. Yeah, of course it's a SUV, but uh, judging from the pinning concept which they build, I'm not remembering what year they built it, but back in 1980. Uh, the uh, Pura Sangue might be quite an interesting car. Yeah, my back Exlero was sold in an auction, if I'm not mistaken. So that's like the main reason why the car costed that much. Plus was like a promotion car. It was basically like a concept. This is the thing with this one-off cars. Those cars are literally concepts. Or the or the shooting brakes of Sultan of Brunei, which also looked were amazing looking. So the Pura Sangue might look interesting in my opinion. Yeah, and later the BB Mercedes was they only built a prototype, and later is there, if I'm not mistaken. Is there a no? Is there a Imperatore 108i? Also, is there is return with an all electric car? Uh, when we see cars like this to cars like this, I don't know. This car might be great, but we always, when we think about Isdera, we think about cars like this. The car that never made it. One of the about Koenigsegg, like I said, is similar with Rimac. You know, it's the story. You really is like the perfect dream car. You know, uh, it's like the dream of every car guy to build its own or to have his own car company. So that's the main thing with Koenigsegg. It's such a young company and has managed to create such a big name, such a big and respected name for themselves. Similar with Pagani. Pagani is also something like very similar to them. Just Pagani has taken a different route, not the top speed, the fastest car in the world route, but a more passionate, more Italian, I would say, an approach to building cars. Yeah, I like the Kangura. Like I said before, it's a interesting it's an interesting car, but like nothing extremely new, I would say. So that's like the main thing. Uh, Hopefully we see it in production. I don't know if anyone that has the money to buy it would buy one, but it's an interesting car. So guys, if you have any question, let me know. So because this was basically it. These were all the cars that I wanted to cover. If you have any question about future videos or anything like that, you can ask me. The BBS wheels on the Isdera look, they just look so beautiful. It's just look at them. Such such iconic wheel design is amazing. Yes, MC12, it was such a hardcore car, you know. It was was a car which was basically the homologated version of your of a racing car. So that's one of the main reasons why I think that was such an extreme car. But the design was beautiful. The powertrain was amazing. So everything about it is just spectacular. Yeah, like a Ferrari, like Ferrari has never failed. The Ferrari, doesn't matter what the regulations they are there, they always would be great. They always would be they always would be on top of the mountain. There were news that the Dino might come back, so the Dino name might uh, probably we are going to see it again, but not as a separate brand, but more like a more like a uh, more like a name model. More so who knows. Yeah, I have seen the videos of the Need for Speed 2, but I have never played it. I really want to play that, uh, but I haven't searched for the game. Like have used like on many I use it as the outro for many of my videos. Hi Lahe. Now the future video is going to be the next video. Hopefully it would come this week, and it would be about this car, the MCV CH4. This is a Canadian supercar built in the project originally started in the early 90s but continued until the late 90s. It is an interesting car, especially since it comes from Canada. The plans were to make it run on gas methane, but the car sadly never made it into production. Also, another topic would be the also I'm working on the Marlboro on motorsport video. That's very quite a long video, since Marlboro, the influence of Marlboro in motorsport is